Hello, mother-in-law. About the new house me and Arturo have moved into recently, could you do something about the huge box of stuff you just sent us suddenly? What is this stuff anyways? Sure, the room isn't being used for now, but we plan to use it when we have a child. What? Do you mean the stuff I sent you the day before yesterday? Oh, I asked my son if we could temporarily store it there, and he said yes since you guys weren't planning on using it soon. Yeah, it's taking up a huge part of the room that I intend to use for something else. I know we're planning on making it our child's room in the future, but there's something else I want to use it for in the meantime. Oh, is that so? What are you going to be using it for? But Alejandro told me it was all right because you weren't going to be using the room, which is why I sent it to him. Huh? It's none of your business what I intend on using the room for. And besides, it doesn't matter whether Arturo gave you permission because I never gave you permission. I'm the wife of this house, you know. Do you think you can just do stuff without telling me? I see. I guess it was wrong of me not to tell you anything about it, but Arturo said that he had already told you. If that's the case, then sorry, but could you hold on to it for just 1 week? I'll find a rental warehouse to keep the stuff in. No! Take it out of our house right now! I'm not going to make our house your personal warehouse for the week. What? Right now? I'm sorry, but right now is impossible. I'm going to be using the room starting this afternoon, and I'm going to have a big problem if you don't move it out by then. Take it out now, or else I'll tell Arturo. But Alejandro himself said it was all right for me to keep the stuff there temporarily. Besides, you tell me to come and take the stuff right now, but I'm currently in Rome. What? Rome? What the hell are you doing in Rome? There's something I need to do here before I return. Even if I were to come and get it now, it would already be evening when I arrived. Oh, I get it. You're on some sort of vacation to celebrate your retirement last week, right? And what do you mean, there's something you need to do, LOL? Aren't you just an unemployed housewife who just lays around all day? No, not really. I'm a graphic designer, you see. Huh? What in the world is a graphic designer? Is that a fancy word for someone who plays video games on their computer? I always was never able to understand all this gadget stuff. Anyways, I got off topic. You won't be able to get it by today, right? Yes, I'm afraid so. Could you please just wait until I return next week? No, I can't wait until next week. I told you I would be using the room from this afternoon, right? My parents... nothing. Fine, if you won't come immediately, then I'll just throw it all out in the yard. What? Oh, hold on. What if it started raining? There are machines inside the box that can't be wet. I don't know. It's not my problem. Well then, I'm going to throw it out from the second floor window now. Huh? Couldn't you at least carry it outside? What in the hell do you need to throw it out of the window for? There are expensive computers and other appliances inside the box. They're going to break if you do that. It's your fault for sending us this huge box of stuff without my permission, LOL. I need to go throw it out now, so bye! Ezio, it's terrible.
Mother, what's wrong?
Oh, our stuff that I sent to your brother's new house to be stored in is going to be thrown out by Andrea. She said she's actually going to be using the empty room from this afternoon, and so I need to take the stuff out immediately. I'm in Rome, as you already know, so could you go and stop her for me? She said that she was going to throw them out of the second floor window. Our computers are sure to be smashed to pieces if she does something like that.
What? Why? What do you mean she's gonna throw us stuff outside the window? Didn't Alessandro tell her that we'd be keeping the stuff there temporarily? What in the world is she thinking?
I don't know the details, but it seems that Andrea didn't know what the stuff was. She said she can't just leave it in the room, so she's going to put it in the yard.
Seriously, is that woman insane or what? I knew it when I said that it wasn't a good idea for Alessandro to marry a woman like that.
Could you go and check in on their house quickly? Hurry before she throws it out.
All right, I'll try to get there as fast as possible. Mother, I was too late, I'm afraid.
What?
The clothes in the cardboard box were fine, but the work computer and other such electronics are all smashed to pieces.
I see.
All the data is backed up in the cloud, so that's not a problem, but this stuff cost a fortune. I can't work without a computer, so I guess I'll have to buy a new one.
But we're going to be needing the money soon. What a mess.
Anyways, could you please take care of the business with the real estate company like planned, Mom? I'll tell my brother about what happened and ask him to pay for the damages his wife caused.
Got it. Leave it to me.
Thanks. I guess I'm gonna have to clean up this mess in the yacht now.
We probably need to rent some sort of storage room temporarily.
I'll do that. We probably need to rent a truck as well.
All right. Thanks, Ezio.
Hey, Mom. I talked to Alessandro.
How did it go?
See, Alessandro's been on a business trip since yesterday, and he's currently in Sicily.
What? Really?
I asked him whether he could come home early, but apparently there aren't many flights, and the earliest he can come home is in 3 days. But he said that he told Andrea about our stuff, though. He said to leave the stuff in that room since the room was currently not being used, as they were planning to make it their child's room in the future.
I see.
Oh, I went up to their new house earlier, just to see what Andrea was up to, but...
Was there something strange?
Yeah, a man and a woman about your age went into the house carrying huge boxes.
A man and a woman my age?
I think those were Andrea's parents.
Huh?
I went to their house with Alessandro a few times to ask the parents' blessing for the marriage, so I know their faces. I'm pretty sure it's them.
Maybe they've come to visit?
It's fine if that's the case, but that amount of stuff is strange for just a visit. This is also right after she destroyed our stuff, so I feel like she's taking advantage of the fact that Alessandro isn't here currently. I smell trouble brewing.
Ezio came and took away all your stuff, mother-in-law. Yes, Ezio's stuff was also in there as well, so... What? Really? Ew! No way. Do you mean that I was a hair's breadth away from falling for your ploy to harass me? What do you mean you were a hair's breadth away from me harassing you? You sent me stuff without permission and took up a bunch of space in our room. You were planning on forcefully moving in with us after that, weren't you? Huh? It's my parents who are going to be moving in with us at our new house. That's the first I've heard about that. Of course! It's the first time I've told you, LOL. Does Alejandro know about this? He's currently on a business trip to Sicily, so I'll tell him when he gets back. But aren't your parents the one who are forcefully moving in? It's not a problem since I gave them permission, LOL. But fine, I'll propose a compromise to you. A compromise? If you give me $30,000 to celebrate our new house being built, then I'll let you live with us, LOL. $30,000? If you don't like my conditions, then you're not moving in. You had to leave the company house that you were living in until now when you retired. And now live in a temporary apartment, right? I know you were probably watching us, looking to see when you can move in, but it seems like you're out of luck, since I, the person who needs to be the most cautious of you, have already noticed your schemes, LOL. It's up to you whether you're going to have a peaceful retirement or not, LOL. I mean, even if you pay me the money, I'll only be giving you the small room under the stairs, though. I see. I never knew people could be this delusional. Huh? What do you mean delusional? You're the one who's delusional, mother-in-law, for thinking I wouldn't notice what you were trying to do. I don't care anymore, so I'm not going to explain it to you. Oh, so it's fine if you don't move in with us? Are you sure about that, LOL? How are you going to support yourself if you have no job? I have another son, Ezio, so it's fine. And I do, in fact, have a job, Andrea. Huh? You did? Anyways, good for you getting along so well with your second son at that age, LOL. All right, then will the two of you just disappear already? All right. I'm going to be asking you for payment for the work computer and other stuff you broke soon. Huh? What do you mean, work computer? You'll find out when you see the invoice I send you. Goodbye. Hey, what is the meaning of this, mother-in-law? What do you mean I need to pay you 30,000 euros? Oh, so you got the invoice I sent you, Andrea. I don't understand. But it's written on the paper. What don't you understand? The 30,000 euros is payment for breaking the 2 high-spec computers and the appliances that they came with, and also for business obstruction, as we weren't able to do any work because of this. What? $30,000 is cheap for the damages you caused. I didn't know this would happen. But I thought Alejandro explained it to you before and after you broke our stuff by text. He did tell me about it, but he said that we were only going to keep the stuff there until I found a new place to live, right? And that Ezio owns a small-scale business, and that we were going to move the company's headquarters to Rome since I had retired, and that I was going to move to Rome as well to assist him. There's no way I could have understood. Huh? Alejandro showed me the text he sent you. To me, it looks like he explained it very carefully to you, though. It was a bit confusing to me, I swear. Alejandro says that you won't understand often when he explains it to you directly, so he purposefully explained it to you by text so you wouldn't be able to say that he never said anything. You're saying that you didn't understand even after that? Either you have no intention of understanding in the first place, or you're delusional and see things only as how you want to see them. Even if you say that to me now, why don't you read our conversation again? No, read it multiple times until you finally understand. It's too late. It's not going to change anything anymore. Mother-in-law, something terrible has happened. Your son, Alejandro, just divorced me. My parents already sold our old house because we thought we would be living in the new house Alejandro bought. Now we have nowhere to go, and none of us have a job, so we won't be able to support ourselves from now on. Please, mother-in-law, could you tell Alejandro to get back together with me? I promise I won't do such a thing again, and I'll do as he says. I admit what I did was wrong, so help us. Oh, hello, Andrea. I'm not your mother-in-law anymore, so don't call me that. You say that you're sorry and that you won't do such a thing again, but how are we supposed to believe you? They say people deserve second chances, but us helping you would no longer be your second chance, but your 100th. This was your biggest and most flashiest mess-up so far, but this isn't the first time that you've just ignored what Alejandro told you and pretended not to understand him, right? Please, I know what I did was wrong, and I really do promise to change. Just give me one last chance, and if I mess up again, I promise you'll never see from me or my parents ever again. Please help us. Sorry, Andrea. Our family has already given you too many chances until now, especially Alejandro. He believed that you were a good person at heart and only seemed mean and arrogant, which is why he married you against both me and Ezio's wishes. So don't expect us to help you when even Alejandro has given up. What? But please, just one more chance? You see, I'm also currently in Rome. I'll work at Ezio's company, so could you forget about the 30,000 euros, please? What? Why are you in Rome? Couldn't you have just found a job in our hometown if you were willing to work after all? There are plenty of jobs that you don't need much skill to do. You could work as a cashier or something. Oh, you know how to bake bread, right, Andrea? Why not work at a bakery? And besides, I'm not the person you should be asking about this. Ask Ezio. He's the one in charge of hiring employees. I wouldn't get your hopes up, though. You don't know how to use computers, right? Yeah, I don't know how to use computers, but you can just teach me. The work Ezio's company does mostly has to do with graphic design. You're not going to be able to do any work if you can't use a computer. And teaching someone the necessary skills to do this job from scratch is very difficult. You wouldn't be paid much at the beginning, even if Ezio was kind enough to hire you. Can you use a computer, mother-in-law? Is it really that hard? Using a computer itself isn't that hard. Even a child could do it. But I'm afraid that the skills required for a position at Ezio's company are quite advanced and aren't something that can just be taught to someone. And yes, I used to do something similar in my old job, so it isn't a problem. I've been doing this stuff for years, you see. Then I could serve tea or make copies or something. I'll really do anything you want me to do. I'll do my best. Sorry, but we can serve tea and make copies on our own. And besides, if you really mean what you're saying right now, then I don't understand why you don't just find a job at our hometown. With that enthusiasm, I'm sure there's someone that would be willing to hire you. Just don't be as arrogant to them as you used to be with me, though. But at least ask Ezio first, then to reply to me. He's sure to say yes if he can just see that I really mean it when I say I'll try my best. I already did. He sits at the desk next to me, and he said no. Sorry, but Ezio never did really like you, Andrea. We can't have our team of employees hating each other, you know. He said that he wouldn't hire you even if you did know how to use a computer. Oh, that's so mean of him. And to think I was really going to change and be a better person if he had hired me. Not anymore, though. I see. So you weren't sincere when you said all those things back there? Anyways, you need to pay us the 30,000 euros soon, no? Please be sure to pay it on time. Yeah, but can't I do something else for you then? There has to be something you want me to do. Yes, I want you to pay 30,000 euros on time. I'm currently doing work, so goodbye. Wait, please, mother-in-law! I don't have any money. We don't even have a place to live anymore since Alejandro kicked us out. Please, mother-in-law, I'm just an uneducated housewife. I won't be able to find another job so easily. My parents, too, are already too old to work. You're our only hope now. It seems that Andrea and her parents sold their old house before moving into the new house Alejandro bought. Apparently, they're now living in a temporary apartment with the money they got from selling the house. But since their old house didn't sell for that much and Andrea had to pay me 30,000 euros, almost all of their savings evaporated. The only source of income they could rely on is the meager pension of her parents. Andrea didn't want to work even after getting divorced, since she was always just a housewife, which caused her and her parents to argue constantly because they wanted her to get a job as soon as possible. Eventually, Andrea got sick of it and cut ties with her parents. Andrea was kicked out of their temporary apartment, but she also didn't want to work, so, wanting to live an easy life, she tried to seduce a rich man who was already married. His wife found out about this and made Andrea pay a huge sum of euros as an alimony. Having no other choice, she was forced to get a job at a brothel. Me and Ezio, on the other hand, are enjoying our new lives in Rome. The city is so vibrant and full of energy, unlike the countryside. Everything feels like it's been sped up by 50%. Ezio's business expanded rapidly since moving to Rome, and the number of employees tripled in the first year since moving here. My eldest son, on the other hand, is now living the life of a bachelor back in our hometown. He says that he enjoys having so much time to spend as he likes, and has even picked up a new hobby, chess. I hope that the next woman he finds is someone who actually deserves my wonderful son Alejandro, and not someone ungrateful like Andrea.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Keith, I was thinking it would be best for us to get a divorce.
What, Alyssa? What's going on? You haven't been home for 2 nights and now this? What happened?
What's with that attitude? You lost your job and can't support me anymore. So I thought I'd do you the favor of staying at my parents' house to save some money for a while. And now you're acting like I'm the bad guy here? Seriously, grow up.
That again? Come on, Alyssa. You never gave me a chance to explain to you why I'm unemployed right now.
Your company went bankrupt, right? I already know all about it. That's not the problem here. The problem came after that. You were all like, my friend invited me to come work at his company. Like, for real? Well, congratulations. You used your connections to get ahead. Whoop-de-doo. Glad you're working out your privilege.
Okay, that's not fair. Just because I happen to have an in at that company doesn't mean I'm doing anything underhanded. And yeah, it all started when my last company went bankrupt, you're right. But while I was looking for a new job, my friend just so happened to be starting up his own company. He asked me to help him out, and I agreed, that's all.
How does that change the fact that you're nothing but a Nepo baby?
For crying out loud, Alyssa. This sort of thing happens all the time. I'm not a nepo baby. Do you even know what that term means? I'll have you know that the reason my friend asked me to help him get his company going was because he knew what a skilled businessman I am. I didn't do anything wrong. That's not nepotism. That's meritocracy.
I'm tired of this conversation. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Alyssa, wait, talk to me. Hey, Alyssa, you stopped by the house this afternoon, didn't you?
I've been wanting to move my stuff out the house, so I thought I'd stop by on the day that I knew you had work.
You moved your stuff out? Why?
You still don't get it. Do I really need to spell it out for you?
No, I've got no idea what this means. That thing you left on the living room table, I have absolutely no idea what it is or what it's for.
Oh my god, you're so pathetic. Can't you tell by looking at it? I don't know, maybe this is the first time you've ever seen one of these in person, but it's not like you can read plain English. What is written on the top page?
What am I supposed to be reading?
Were you always this dumb? It says, in black and white, clear as crystal, divorce agreement.
Oh.
Look, I know you were always more of a numbers guy than a books guy, but you can read, right? You're not completely illiterate, are you? Anyone with a 5th grade education should be able to read that.
So this is a divorce agreement?
Yes, that's what I've been telling you. I already signed everywhere I needed to, so hurry up and sign it, then submit it to the courthouse, got it? I don't want to have to wait one more day to marry my new boyfriend. Send me the text once you finished everything and submitted it, and do it as soon as possible.
Hey Eugene, sorry to bother you so early in the morning. You got a minute? Oh, hey Keith, what's up? The company you started, it has employee housing, right? Yeah, a couple of the guys I hired were single dudes from out of town, so I thought it would be good to help them out a bit. My dad owns a couple apartment buildings, so I'm renting one of them from him to use for employee housing. There any openings left? Wait, what? I mean, yeah there are, but they're not really designed for couples. Yeah, about that. I'm not going to be in a couple for very much longer, it seems. Huh? Hold on, are you saying you're getting divorced? Yep. What the? You've barely been married for what, 2 years now? What in the world happened between you? It's kinda hard to explain. Is it about you losing your job after the last company went bankrupt? I guess that could cause some relationship strain. Well, it's not really the main cause, but you could say that it was the first domino in the chain. Did you tell her that I'm hiring you to work at my company? Maybe that would reassure her. Yeah, I did. And it actually just made matters worse. I'm very confused. Don't get me wrong, I definitely don't blame you. It's not your fault at all. She said that because you're my friend, that me getting hired into your company makes me a nepo baby. A nepo baby. As far as I'm concerned, you're the most qualified person for the job I can think of. That's why I hired you. Yeah, I know that. And I'm incredibly grateful. I'm excited about it too. This is going to be a really challenging and rewarding position for me. Okay, well, it makes me feel a lot better to hear you say that. You're going to be making a decent amount more than you were at your old job, so I don't see any reason for your wife to be anything but ecstatic. I'm sorry I had to drag you into my personal affairs. I just thought that you deserved to find out sooner rather than later. I don't know what her problem is with getting hired through connections, but she was really ticked off when I told her. And that bizarre prejudice of hers is the sole reason our relationship has turned to complete chaos these last few days. Sorry to hear about that, man. But come to find out, there's actually a much bigger issue at play. Yeah? What is it? Well, yesterday, I found out that my wife actually has a totally unrelated reason for being so ridiculous about getting hired into your company. Go on. She's seeing another guy. What? Seriously? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm betting she thought if she divorced me while I'm unemployed, she could get a better share of the assets during our divorce proceedings. However, you inviting me over to your company threw a wrench into her plans, since it meant that I'd be getting a new and better job a lot sooner than she had planned on. So she's just doing the whole "you're a nepo baby" act to buy time. If she can either delay me joining your company or get the plan nixed altogether, all the better for her, right? Yeah, that would make sense. I suppose the next step for you is to get a lawyer and talk about the divorce with him. Or maybe you should look into your wife's boyfriend. You could hire a private detective to look into him so you can really sock it to your wife in court. Actually, I can skip that step. I've already figured out who her boyfriend is. His name, where he lives, everything. Wow, really? That was fast. I bet that most guys in a position like mine would be pretty depressed about the situation, blame themselves and just in general have a pretty negative outlook on life. But honestly, noticing the critical clue that Alyssa left for me has actually made this pretty interesting for me. She was careless in a rush to divorce me, and now it's my turn to get back at her. Of course, I'll still get a private detective so I can get some hard evidence to use in court. Well, I'm not really sure I understand the situation, but I'm glad you're having fun, I guess. Anyway, for the time being, I should go ahead and get a room for you ready in the company apartment, right? Yeah, I'd really appreciate you taking care of that for me. Gotcha. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. If I need anything, you'll be the first person I'll call.
Keith, what is going on? What is this? I got this massive stack of papers from you in the mail today, and it says that you're suing me? Oh, you better explain yourself. And if anything, I should be the one suing you.
I'm glad to hear the papers arrived already. Thanks for letting me know you got them. Should have been laid out clearly in the documents. Didn't you read them? I'm suing you for your infidelity.
What? Excuse me? Infidelity? I was never unfaithful to you. You had better have some solid evidence to back up such an outrageous claim.
Oh, you want evidence?
Uh-huh, yeah, I knew it. You don't have nothing to prove that I did anything.
That's not it. I just thought it would be obvious from the massive stack of documents I sent you that I have more than enough evidence to convince a jury that you cheated on me.
Well then, show me the evidence! Either put up or shut up!
Okay, fine. Scroll up.
Scroll up? What do you mean?
I guess you really didn't realise it, huh? Like I said, scroll up in this chat window to the day you moved all your stuff out the house and read your messages again. Oh, what? You were the one who told me about your boyfriend.
Hold on a second. Oh, okay, so this is obviously one big, huge misunderstanding. That was a mistake. I misspoke, that's all. I was just so tired that day that I got confused. I don't actually have a boyfriend. Man, you really missed it big time, huh? I mean, you didn't even think to ask me first? I could have explained all of that to you and saved you all of this trouble. I mean, you really are so dense. But don't worry, I still plan on divorcing you, so go ahead and turn that divorce agreement into the courthouse as soon as possible, okay? Oh, and try not to get lost along the way.
Yeah. About that divorce agreement. You actually left your application for a marriage certificate by mistake.
What?
Yeah, and you filled it out completely too. Your name is on the wife line. And on the husband line is none other than your boyfriend's name. How is Mike these days?
Wait, no, that can't be! That marriage certificate is in the folder I have in my desk drawer, and I distinctly remember putting it in there.
If you're so confident, why don't you go ahead and check to see if it's in the folder right now?
It's not there! That's impossible, though! When Mike gave that to me, I thought that I should be really careful not to lose it, so I put it in that folder right away. And the folder I left at our house was the one with the divorce agreement in it.
Yeah, I had a feeling you switched the folders by accident. But seriously, this all happened 2 weeks ago, and you still hadn't noticed? Ah, I see. So you were so afraid about losing it that you missed your chance to notice it was gone before it's too late. Mike's the guy that was hitting on you about a year ago, wasn't he? You still seeing him?
No, give me back the marriage certificate application!
How about this? I'll trade you the marriage thing for your divorce agreement. But before that, we need to settle the matter of your infidelity in court. Or you could talk to my lawyer, and we can settle.
I don't have any money!
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. Your parents said they'd cover the bill for you. Isn't that nice of them? They're a great couple of people.
No, what?
Of course you're going to have to pay them back for it. They were very explicit about it not just being a gift, so hope you're prepared for that.
You told my parents about everything?
I was just looking out for my own interests. Couldn't have you running away from paying me what you owe me, could I?
I'm gonna have to talk to Mike about this.
I wouldn't waste your time trying to contact him. I doubt he'll be very responsive to you.
What? Why?
I'm suing him too. I already sent him his package the other day.
Oh, wait. How do you even have his address?
Isn't it obvious? It was written on your marriage certificate application.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Coincidentally, Mike's parents are going to be paying his settlement to me just like yours are for you. They've taken away his phone and sent him to his uncle's company to work off the debt. I asked them what business his uncle was in, and they said, you're better off not knowing. They did say they were sure he'd be whipped into shape in no time, whether he likes it or not, so good news, I guess.
Oh no, I really screwed up.
Oh, you can say that again. From now on, all of our communications will take place through my lawyer. You can give the divorce agreement you mixed up with your marriage certificate application to him. We'll talk more about the terms of our divorce after my lawsuit against you for infidelity is taken care of.
Well, after thinking it over, maybe we can work things out between us,
Not happening. Goodbye.
Wait, hold on, Keith, wait! I changed my mind! I don't want to get a divorce anymore! Keith, please!
Alyssa had been desperate to leave me and marry Mike for quite some time. It seemed like she thought that divorcing me while I was unemployed would allow her to get away scot-free. But after she blew up her own plan with one of the biggest switch-ups I've ever seen, combined with learning that she would never be able to see her dear Mike ever again, she hit rock bottom. She tried confronting me at the house that we used to live in together, but unfortunately for her, I'd already moved out. I'd already moved into the employee housing for Eugene's company by that time. Knowing she would never get a chance to speak to me again either, she fell even further into a depression. She snapped out of that pretty quickly. Her parents came along to collect on her debt. She's now stuck doing office work at a nearby company during the day and doing janitorial work at the same company during the night. According to her parents, as soon as she pays off every last cent that she owes them, they're kicking her out of the house and cutting her out of their lives. They've already got a lawyer working on writing her out of their will.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.